All right, so quick backstory. Years and years ago, like 10 years ago actually, I was fresh out of the Marine Corps, going to school, and I needed a drill, just a screwdriver. Didn't have a whole lot of money though, and yeah, so I just bought the cheapest one I could find. It didn't even have like detachable batteries and a proper charger. You just plug it in like to the wall with one of those little bricks, you know, on the wall, those little round DC adapters. Junk, but it was better than a screwdriver. So I lived with that for a long time. Fast forward a few years, finally got a good job, so I decided I was going to buy a real drill and impact driver set. And so I went to the store, and even though I was making good money at the time, I'm still cheap, just always have been. And so just looking for the best deal, shopped around a whole lot, did a bunch of research, and decided I was going to buy cobalt tools. And but then got to Lowe's and was looking at everything and kind of picked out the one I wanted, but decided to go look at all the other ones. And turns out Bosch was about to discontinue this particular impact driver, and they had it in a kit with this hammer drill with these two 4 amp hour batteries for, it was like 60% off. So it was actually cheaper than the cobalt. So I bought these, and those were the first real power tools I ever bought, and they're awesome. Love them, still use them all the time. They're great. They both still work. They're great. I haven't had any trouble with them. The batteries are still good. That's, like I said, the batteries I bought, oh, it'd have been 6-7 years ago, and they're still great. They last a long time. They take a charge. Awesome tools. Super happy with them. So, being as I'm cheap, as I started wanting to buy other cordless tools, well, I wanted to stay in the same battery family, right? The same battery platform. Though I don't have to buy a whole different kind of batteries and have multiple batteries. That way, it's all swappable. Makes sense, right? So, several years later, I'm out here now, and I kept getting some side jobs for a local vet, and for every single one of them, I needed one of these guys. I didn't have one, but I was making a little extra money doing those side jobs, so I went and bought one. And it was this one. Bought it as bare tool. You don't have to buy a battery. I've already got batteries. It works out, right? Good deal. And while I was there, though, the tool guy came over and was asking me if I like, the Bosch tools and stuff. And I was telling him, well, yeah, I've got a few of them, and I just like the staying with the same battery platform. He says, well, I've got a skill saw over here. He said, it's the floor model, so I think I'll make you a good deal on it. So this guy right here came with a 2 amp hour battery for $25. So of course I took that home, and it's pretty awesome. It's not the most powerful skill saw, battery skill saw on the market, but man, it's super handy. Thing's great. So now I had a skill saw, I've got the oscillating tool, and a drill impact driver. Well, when this deal had first come out, I told my dad about it, and he had some Porter cable tools, I think, at the time, that had not been very good, and he had bought them on Amazon or something, so the warranty sucked, and they didn't cover it, and he was needing a new, same thing, new drill, new impact driver. And I think the drill still works. I think it was the impact that gave up on him. So anyway, I told him about this. I was like, man, it's a screaming deal. He went and bought some. So he's running these same drill and driver as me. So a few years down the road yet, they came out with this. This is what they replaced this with, more or less. This, 1/2 inch, right? 1/2 inch drive. But this is what they call a freak. And so you can actually put 1/4 inch tools in the end of it here. Right, so it's a 1/4 inch impact driver, and it's a 1/2 inch impact driver. So super handy. He bought one and was loving it. They were running a sale on it. It was I think it was like $100 or something like that. And so I went and bought it, bare tool as well. Actually, it may have come with. Oh, it did. In fact, it came with this battery, the new Core 18 4 amp hour battery. Right. So anyway, so now I've got this. So I've got a 1/2 inch and 2 1/4 inch impacts, the skill saw, oscillating tool, the hammer drill, and then I'm always working on dozers, backhoes, tractors, implements, right? Rakes, swathers, mowers, bush hogs, balers, all kinds of relatively big stuff. And this guy's awesome. It's super handy. Not this guy, this one. Super handy, really, really powerful for what it is. I mean, look how tiny this thing is. It's smaller than just the old 1/4 inch, right? It's actually a smaller tool, and it's got a big 8 amp hour battery on it. But super awesome, but it's not the strongest, right? For being a 1/2 inch, it's strong, but it's not always quite strong enough. So I figured I've already got a 1/2 inch, so why not get a 3/4 inch? So I did. I got a 3/4 inch Bosch. This thing's pretty awesome. It's really strong. Really like it. Now I think it's basically the exact same tool as the one with the 1/2 inch anvil. They just put a 3/4 inch anvil on here, and that works because for me, because a lot of the bolts that I'm taking off with it, not only are they tight and rusty and stuff, a lot of them are relatively big though, and normal socket sets don't come with 1/2 inch sockets that size, right? They step up to 1/4 inch or 3/4 inch when you get to that point. So anyway, 3/4 inch impact wrench. This thing's awesome. So now, getting ready to build my house, coming shortly, and I can't pick this one up. I'll just have to turn you guys. So I needed some other tools just for construction. So I'll show you one of the first things I bought. Over here. Come over here. I bought a 10-inch miter saw. Wrong way. Right, compound sliding miter saw, and it's pretty sweet. I really like it. Interesting story on this one. I actually bought that on eBay, and it was supposed to be the 12-inch model. But anyway, the guy kind of screwed me. But it was still a good deal. It was cheaper than I could have bought it for otherwise. But not quite what I wanted, but still awesome saw. So, yeah. Anyway, we have a look here now. Right. Pretty good collection of Bosch tools. But, like I said, getting ready to build my house. I'll be sheathing my house, and it's going to be a post-frame style building, so you don't really have to do that. You can just attach metal straight to the wall girts on the outside, but I'm going to sheath it for my own reasons. I'll talk about at a later time. But to cut the windows out, you could cut them all ahead of time and, plan it all out and cut them and hope that they're perfect. But the easiest way I've seen to do it is just to take a router and you just drill a hole, hole saw or a big drill bit or whatever, somewhere in the middle of the window, and you stick a router through there with one of the, like a 1/4 inch bit that has a little bearing on the end of it, and you just run it around the window and knock the sheathing out and you're done. Super easy, super clean, and it's matched perfectly to your window. So started looking, lo and behold, Bosch makes great routers. Like they make really good routers, but they don't make an 18-volt router. They make a little 12-volt one, which would work, but the whole point is sticking with these batteries. I can't put these on a 12-volt tool. So if I do that, then I have to start buying a different kind of batteries. So, bit of a conundrum. Then I decided I wanted a cordless framing nailer. Bosch doesn't make a cordless framing nailer, it turns out. And so, kind of, that's a bummer. So what am I going to do? Then just out here, all the equipment that I work on, I'm greasing it all the time. Like every time we use something, we grease it first, right? So at work, my day job, I'm spoiled. We got awesome battery-powered grease guns. They're pretty sweet. And so I start looking, and sure enough, Bosch doesn't make a battery-powered grease gun, not an 18-volt one. I don't think they make one at all. So that's frustrating. And now, 3 tools that I want, and I can afford to buy them. I'm making enough money now that I could do it, but they don't make it in the battery platform that I have. So at some point, I'm going to have to switch platforms. And then once again, out here, you can see back behind me, I've got trees all over. They're always needing maintenance. Branches fall on fences, got to cut them off. Sometimes you got to get through, brush. Cedar trees are real sticky and pokey and kind of annoying if you got to go cut one down. It would be really great to have a pole saw. I'd use it a lot, I think. And but here's the problem. Bosch doesn't make a pole saw, not a battery-powered one. My new puppies let Frey have it. Show it to you in a second. So anyway, like I said, a bit of a conundrum, right? But I made a short video a while back. You guys already know what I decided to do. Milwaukee. Bosch may not make a framing nailer, but Milwaukee does. Milwaukee also makes a grease gun, a pole saw, a weed eater, and a router. So let me show you what just came in the mail today. Say hi to YouTube, Joe. This is 6 Finger Joe. Stay in the frame. Yeah. call him Six-Fingered Joe because he's got double dew claws on his back feet. Isn't that cool? Kind of fun. I've never seen that before. Yeah. All right. Get out of here, Joe. I don't know what to open first. Let's start with the small one. So they make a couple of different routers, Milwaukee. I opted for this one. For the record, I bought all of this myself. None of this is sponsored or anything cool like that. I'd love for it to be, but it's not. What did I drop? Some sort of safety guard thing. Hate that. Whoop. That is. So this one I bought as a bare tool. Like I said, they make a bigger one. This is the one I wanted though. I think this is going to be perfect for routing out those windows. Right? So kind of a quick adjust thing. Yeah, it's got a little dial on it. Sweet. On off button. Variable speed. A lock for the thing. And wrench and stuff in here. Wrenches. What the heck is that? Oh, cool. You can put a vacuum cleaner on it, I guess. Probably never used that. No idea. So, anyway, cool. Excited about that. It's going to be a while before I have an actual job for that thing. Alright, grease gun. This one I'll use probably real soon. Oh yeah, this one comes in the bag. Yeah. These all came from Acme Tool Bag. Cool. Woo. Neat. The one we bought at work came in one of those plastic, blow molded cases. I hate those things. They're just not useful at all. To me anyway. I don't ever keep stuff in them. They take up a ton of room. I don't like them, so this thing I'm already pretty familiar with. Got a cool little holder here. It's cool. When you pull the trigger, you can actually lock it on. Might wonder why you need to do that. But at work, occasionally we do doing greasable couplings. Grease-filled self-aligning couplings, right? Sometimes we have some big ones, this big around. They take like 3 tubes of grease. It's nice to be able to lock that on. I'll probably never need that out here. But battery's not charged, of course. Did come with a battery, a little bitty one, 1.5 amp hour, which is kind of perfect for this. And a shoulder strap, charger. I'll stop real quick. Plug the battery in. It's charging. Well, actually, speaking of batteries, yeah, sweet. Look at this. I bought the big battery, the 12 amp hour, big one. Yeah, check her out. And that is mostly for running the weed eater and pole saw over there. But anyway, I'm gonna get this one charging. It'll probably take a little while. If I can get it charged, I need the weed eater right now. I don't mow my yard, I just bush hog it and I weed eat up around my camper. But my gas weed eater broke. I wasn't going to buy a weed eater, I just wanted the pole saw. But they were running a promotional deal where you could get another attachment. This is the quick lock variety. They have pole saw, come out of there, that I like better. It's a telescoping one. And August Honeyke says that it's really good. If you don't know who that is, he's a tree cutting guy up in Oregon. Pretty cool dude. He's got a great YouTube channel if you like watching tree cutting. He showed one that I think they gave it to him, but he was showing it and it's pretty cool. So I think it's probably awesome. I don't know if this one is as good, but he liked it, so I figure it's probably good. But it costs twice as much as this one, and then you only have a pole saw. This one was half the price and came with a battery. The other one was twice as much as a bare tool, the telescoping one. So no battery, and then you don't have a weed eater, and this is also can be an edger. And I could put an extension on this, get an extension to make the pole saw longer. And theoretically, I could get 2 or 3 of them, right, and make it kind of as long as I wanted. I'm sure at some point it would be stupid, but Might just have to do that one day just to try it. But I suppose I could have a long reach weed eater too. Never thought about that. But yeah, the difference is I think on that one that he had, the motor is actually like out on the end of the tool. This is a weed eater, obviously, but you can see there's no motor in that. The motor is in the back of the tool on this one, more like a regular pole saw, and then it's transmitted via shaft through there. So I don't know how much loss we're going to get, but I don't know. Anyway, August said that the telescoping one that he was using was awesome. Showed it on camera and it looked awesome. It actually outran a brand new gas-powered pole saw, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that because I don't have it. But let me get this battery plugged in. I'll be right back. All right. Anyway, so this thing's cool and it works pretty good. It's got a little bleed button on here, so when you put your new tube of grease in there, you push that button until a little bit of grease will come out of this little hole right here. And once that happens, it's usually bled. You're good to go. 2 speeds. And then this is actually a timer. So if you set it to 1, when you pull the trigger, it'll run once. Set it to 2. Yeah, it runs for a shorter amount of time. Longer amount of time, you get the point. And then you can just set it to on, and it'll just run as long as you mash on the trigger. So grease gun, that's going to be super handy. I will use that all the time. Open this out first. I'm not really one for unboxing videos, guys. I'm excited. Like power tools, especially Milwaukee ones, they're kind of like Pokemons, right? You gotta catch them all. Problem is, Milwaukee makes like 300 and something, 384 different tools. I think. Which end do I have? One for that. Probably the battery. Cute little power wrench. Don't know. Oh, shoulder strap. Sweet. Yeah, it's got a little hook on there so you can pull stuff down. Bar oil tank. Cool. Yeah, isn't that cute? Put it over here by the big saw. There's a shoulder strap. And this little bar wrench, I believe, oh, it comes with an extension. I didn't know that. Awesome. I thought I was going to have to buy that separately. Pull that out of there. I thought that's way too light to be the motor. Let's see. Oh, it's got arrows on there, so you shouldn't mess it up. Just to tighten her down. Cool. That looks pretty awesome. Place the handle here. Well, where's the handle? Must still be oh, drop it. Ah, that's what that hardware is. Alright, so I gotta put a handle on it. Now, I think on their other saws, there's a place to store this little bar wrench. Maybe not on this one. I don't know. Rabbit mode. Nope, doesn't look like it. Why didn't they put a little thing like right here? I guess because it's not always a pole saw, right? Well, that's pretty long with 2 extensions on there. Now, I didn't know it came with that second extension. That's even better. So one of the things that's cool about an electric saw pole saw that is, you know, when it gets way out there, sometimes it's hard to hold. If it's a gas saw, this part's where the exhaust is. The exhaust is typically right here on the back of these things. So if you try to lean it up against yourself for support, it'll just burn the heck out of you. But on this, you know, you could put it on your shoulder, get a little bit extra reach, and have some support while it's a long ways away. It is fairly heavy with both extensions on there. So yeah, wow, that's super cool. I didn't know it came with that. So neat. All right. So like I said, that's what this big boy 12 amp hour battery's for running that thing. Because I imagine it'll be somewhat power hungry. And last but not least, weed eater attachment. As I said, my weed eater's been broke for a little while, so I need to weed eat around my trailer. Hardware. Now this, I have no idea about this attachment, whether it's good or not. Oh, works pretty good. There's a little marks to line it up by. Cool. Whoops. Alright, so some assembly required. And if I get this done, maybe I'll record a riveting video of weed eating some really tall grass if my battery gets charged. They're supposed to charge in like, I don't know about this one actually, like 15 minutes or something like that, up to 80%. So I've got some trees I can trim too. I get charged. Riveting tree trimming videos. Huh, charging out a battery. Oh yeah, it's like battery this come with. I think this one's like a 8 or something that the saw came with. Yeah. 8. Huh. 2 big batteries and a little battery. Alright, well, just wait for these batteries to charge now. I'll put everything together. And, yeah. Hate these little twisty type things. Well, look. Oh, okay. This one is rapid charge. This one doesn't say rapid charge. Both of them can also take M12s. Interesting. So this one probably charges faster. Maybe this is the one that'll get there in like 15 minutes to 80%. And then maybe this one takes longer. I don't know, I'll let you know with this super fair test with the 12 and 8 amp hour battery on them. So, all right. Anyway, see you when they're charged. That rapid charge charger is no joke. It charged this 8 amp hour battery to 4 bars. And about the time it took me to put the guard on the weed eater, the handle on this part, and put grease in the grease gun and grease some stuff on my tractor. So, alright, try this thing out. I just did actually, but it didn't record for some reason, so I'll show you guys. Pretty cool. Yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. yeah, it's actually pretty legit. I'm surprised at how good that actually works. Don't fall off of there. Yeah, so I'm pleasantly surprised that works great. I mean, it's kind of awesome. It's quiet. It doesn't vibrate you a whole lot. You know, your hands usually get done weed eating, end up you're still weed eating an hour later. You know, you can feel it. But I, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's the tool I was least excited about. It's just a weed eater, but it's actually pretty sweet. It's kind of cool, and it runs on drill batteries, so pretty cool. All right, I got it turned into a pole saw now. I've got both attachments on there. I don't need it. I'm just going to cut on this pallet a little bit just to test it out. And then I've got an actual tree. I might go trim a branch out of here in just a second. But let's just see what it does on some nice dry pine from way over here. Something's not right. Oh, this isn't hooked up right. So you got to have it attached all the way. That probably wasn't great for it. It's not bad. That's just the weight of the saw. So, I don't know. Not bad. Yeah, that's what I figured. The chain's going to loosen up a little because the chain's brand new. Hit a nail. Of course. All right, I'm done cutting on pallets. Let me tighten that chain up. You'll go see if it's still sharp. Well, hang on, let me find out. That here in the middle. Ah, crap. All right, I'm sharpening this, and then we'll go try it on a tree. Okay, so it's like a quarter pitch chain. I don't have the right file to sharpen it, so sucks. I can't believe I did that right off the bat. Just put it in a nail. Anyway, this is a tree I'm going to trim on. My house is going to go right there. You can see this branch kind of grows out where my drive, where there'll be a big overhead door like right there. So branch is just kind of low. It's not a huge problem, but see the way it's starting to dip down. I don't love that. It's just kind of in the way, so I think I'm going to cut it like right there, and then we'll see what it does. And someday I might just have to cut this whole branch off. And then that dead piece there, probably see if I can cut that. And then at some point, I've got some dead wooding to do. I can't reach that from the ground though, even with this thing. But I have a man basket that I built that fits on the front of either mine or my neighbor's tractor. And I bet if I was at full reach with that, I bet I could get up there and get that out of there. So anyway, I'm gonna prune this. I'll probably make a whole bunch of cuts just because I'm playing with it. But yeah, it's not as sharp as it should be. I touched it up just a little bit with my double bevel file, which is for square filing chains, and it's not a square filed chain. But and yeah, the ideal time to do this would probably be in the fall. But here we are. I got a new tool I want to play with, so let's do it. notch with it. Better if I hadn't messed that chain up. How many old timers I've heard say that they don't want trees in their pasture because cows don't eat them. Are you sure? He likes it. Just can't normally get to it. Too tall. Dead branch over here I think I can get to. All right, buddy. Stay back. last little one wasn't all dead. I didn't need to cut it. I ain't hurt anything though. Several of them come in there eating that branch I cut off. It's funny. Well, all right, there you go. There's the pole saw and the weed eater tested out. That's pretty sweet. Like I said earlier, you know, on a gas powered saw, one of the disadvantages is you can't really hold it like this because that's where the exhaust is. So this, I was able to reach up there and reach a little bit higher than I would have been able to. But I wouldn't be strong enough to do that without bracing the back of it. I'm not a very big guy, so it would have been way harder to do. But yeah, you can just hold the battery, and it's kind of cool. So, all right, neat. I like it. Actually, seems like a good place to end the video. So here's 334 half eating a tree that Milwaukee cut down for him. So there you go. Improving forage for cattle, one pole saw at a time. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. It's come to my attention that my boss has been watching my videos, so just want to let you know from here on out, any Milwaukee tools you see on my channel, safe to assume that I bought one. I didn't take it from work. Yeah, they're like Pokemons. You got to collect them all. Just working on my collection.